everybody. We have Rabbi Frank joining us online. Hello, Rabbi Frank. Good to have you on Arutz Sheva. And tell us about your project and what it's all about.
Hello, everybody. Shalom Aleichem. I'm very, very honored to be here and to share my experiences and results of my efforts to spread the minute of silence around the country, United States, and also around the world.
OMS, One Moment of Silence. There is a great website, momentofsilence.info, that gives all the information, but tell us more in depth, what is it about and how this idea came about?
Well, it's very simple. I saw a video of the Lubavitcher Rebbe speaking about the importance of getting a moment of silence in the public schools. I was very impressed by it and started to think how this could be done. And at that time, or shortly afterwards, a few people were doing it individually in their own classrooms, but nobody was doing it on a mass scale. So I started to investigate. As the Rebbe instructed, he instructed the police talk to people who have done this before or something similar. And I couldn't find anybody who was doing it on a mass scale. So I started to make more efforts and started to gather people who would help me set this up. And anyway, there was a lot of hashgacha pratis here, meeting this person and that person, all the right people I met. And we started a moment of silence in a public school, the first one in Crown Heights. Principal Solomon Long agreed to have it in his school, as long as it doesn't emphasize any religion. So he told me, I'll do it. If you can get a letter from the chancellor, I'm ready. So I got a letter from the chancellor stating the official policy of the New York City Board of Education, which says that this is allowed. It's up to the principal or the teacher to implement it. And we were ready to go. So he started this in his school. And after he started it, we had another meeting, and I said, Mr. Long, I'd like to get some reactions from the students. So can you have them write letters entitled, "What does the moment of silence mean to me?" And then we'll have an assembly and award prizes and certificates to the people who wrote the best letters. And that's what happened. We had a nice assembly. Parents and students gathered in this elementary school, PS 91, and I was on the podium and presented, after a speech, an opening speech about this practice. We called up the winners of the letter writing contest, and they came up to the podium. We presented them with their prizes, and some of the students made their own speeches about how excited they were to do this. And even some parents came up spontaneously on the stage and expressed their excitement about this practice and how their student is so happy to do it.
So you're talking about non-Jewish schools too. You want all kind of schools to embrace this idea.
That's right.
I was looking at the website, and there's beautiful letters written by students who in schools have already embraced this idea. And I want to read a piece of one of the letters that I saw on your website. This is a letter written by a student in America. He appears to be in 4th grade. Roberto, I feel that the moment of silence makes me feel good, happy, excited. And the thing that I like most is that it makes me calm when I'm mad at someone. Even though we do it in school, I use it at home too when I'm fighting with my brother. I practice the moment of silence and it works. At school, when kids are saying bad words to me and it's making me mad, I try to practice the moment of silence. I think this says it all. This is an amazing idea. This idea was started by the Lubavitch Rebbe?
No, actually, it was started in 1975 by the governor of Virginia when they had some terrorist issues, and he started it, and the Rebbe adopted the idea. The minute of silence, what we want it linked to, actually, is the discussion between the child and the parent or the guardian the night before, that every night the child and the parent would get together and discuss what the child should think about during this time. And the great virtue of this is that it brings the parent directly into the education and upbringing of the child, which has been lacking in the United States. A lot of the problems, serious problems, have grown out of this lack of parental involvement in the child's education and his supervision and his upbringing. So the Rebbe said that someone has to take over the job if the parents are not doing it. So he said the most obvious choice is the school. And to start off every day with this minute of silence, and the Rebbe was very, very adamant and practically begging parents to realize that their main goal in life is to raise upstanding, moral children, and they should use all their energies and attention in this goal to raise the children in a proper way with morality and good values. And we see the results of this as you yourself read some of the letters. The children are writing themselves how this calms them down, reduces stress, helps their focusing in school, helps their self-esteem, and makes them happy. In fact, when they're silent during this time, a child, even an adult, has a chance to search himself and find out other virtues about himself that ordinarily he wouldn't know about unless he had this silent time. And the vast majority of psychology books and stress management books emphasize this fact. And it's such a valuable practice that when a child has these elements at the beginning of the day and does this every day, as it should be done with the proper supervision, then this eliminates all the major problems in the schools, including drugs, suicides, or a child even picking up a gun. Because once a child has self-esteem, he doesn't have to resort to any of these things. In fact, we have documentation from a famous book written in the 70s called The Relaxation Response, where they made scientific studies of drug addicts who started doing meditation, even hard drugs like LSD, and some of them reduced their intake of drugs or even completely eliminated it because the drug intake was interfering, quote unquote, with their pleasurable meditative experience. So this is all documented. Many studies have been done about the benefits of this. Some people are calling it mindfulness. The difference between mindfulness and moment of silence, the main difference is mindfulness just concentrates on the individual with little or no emphasis on instilling morality and proper values in the child. And it leaves out, as I see in most cases or all cases, parental intervention, which the parent is the main person who loves the child, who guides the child in his life. And that's the most important thing. You need both things. You need the child having the silent quiet meditative experience before the school day starts every day, and the participation of the parent, who is the one who, since they love the child the most, will see to it that the child grows up with the proper morality and life values.
Hopefully you will manage to get this into Israel. Hopefully, I think it's a great idea. I invite again the crowd to check the website momentofsilence.info. I wish you great success. Thank you so much for being with us, sharing this idea, and hope to host you soon here with good news. Thank you so much, and thank you for listening.
Amen. Thank you so much. And whoever wants to get involved, I'll be very, very happy to get involved with them. And you should know that the Rebbe says, I guarantee success. It's beferish. The Rebbe says that whoever gets involved in this, he guarantees success. Thank you so much for allowing me to make this presentation and publicize it.